Hey YouTube, it's Terrence Barker, and today we're talking about the cost of being a cool dad.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Hi YouTube, this is Terrence Barker once again, and once again we're talking about something very special, near and dear to my heart. And one of the things we're talking about is, the cost of being a cool dad. Now, before I get into it, I gotta define what a cool dad is. Cool dad is somebody who's there for their child, who helps them out, who plays with them, who spend time with their children at home, teaching them and helping them grow, who's there for some of their games and stuff like that when they're going out and playing sports and activities, who's kind and very loving all around. Basically, the picture image of what we see today as a good father, but there's a cost that comes along with it. One of those things that we don't really talk about. And the reason why I'm talking about this cost is because, I don't want people to go out there and have this certain expectation, because I have seen it time and time again and not realize that it is sometimes difficult to be a cool dad. So this week, my daughter was having a singing recital at school or something like that. And they were also showing off their little rehearsal. And I had to work that day and couldn't get the time off. So when I came down there, I came to the school recital with my work clothes on and everything like that, just to see her sing her butt off and have a good time. She's been practicing all week up in the shower. She was having a little fun and everything, and when she seen Daddy, her eyes just lit up and she had a little bit more confidence to go. Which is what I want to do, which is one of the things that I imagine, as a father going out there, being at my daughter's games, or, seeing her grow up and develop and supporting her in her areas. I mean, I want to do it. This is something that I dreamed of, you know what I mean? But, I had to take time off from work and lose some money to do this, and by losing that money, I basically work for free today, because I work off a commission, 100% commission. So that means if I'm not at work and I'm not processing out sales or anything like that, that means I'm losing some money. And if I'm losing some money, guess what happens? I can't really pay these bills, you know what I mean? So there is a cost and a pleasure that goes with it. And that's what kind of made me think about it. When I walk right back into work after having a good time with my family and everything, lo and behold, somebody came in and it would have been my turn. And they had sold some merchandise that would have been cool with me, and I would have made my money for that day and would have been cool. But I didn't have that happen. Why? Because I had to pay the cost to be the cool dad. There is a certain level of difficulty that is gauged every day unsaid within a relationship being head of household. The reason being because every day you are weighing the costs and the pleasures, the heartbreaks and the failures within the relationship. Because you are the leader, you got to make these decisions on the fly, and it could affect everything. I'm talking about a father who takes time off from work to go to his son's game. He has the cost and the pleasure of not making money for that day to see his son and make him proud. I'm talking about going on a date with the wife and not having time for the kids. I'm talking about spending time with the kids and not having time with the spouse. Every day you got to weigh cost and pleasure, heartache and pain, and it goes unsaid. Being head of household means you're not going to be an A in everything. It means that you're going to decide whose heart you break or what you fell at today. It ain't easy. Another thing that goes unsaid with this is by telling people no and others yes at times you're going to be at the center of not being everyone's favorite. The reason being is because you're always telling someone no and you're always telling someone else yes. So they're going to look at their area and their time a little bit more important than the others. So you're going to walk around with people mad at you, disappointed at you, or telling you that you could do better or you could do greater in other areas. You're going to be at the center of all criticism, talking about what you shoulda, coulda, woulda, and did. And at the same time, you got to learn to hear them with compassion, even though that you are doing your best and feel that you're trying to do better for them. Why? Because you're in the business of servitude towards them. You're in the business of submitting to them daily, even though they may not want to submit to you. It is a tough job being head of household. Now, am I disappointed about it? No. But what I am sitting here saying is, sometimes we have this image of about being one of the perfect fathers and, going out here and doing all these exciting things, but we don't really understand that there's certain trade-offs that come along with it. And like I've always told, in one of my other videos about trying to find my balance, is if I'm giving time to the job, I'm neglecting the family. And if I'm giving time to the family and the job, I'm neglecting me. And if I'm taking care of me and the family, I'm neglecting the job. There's certain trade-offs that come along with this thing. And if you're going to be a family's keeper and you're out here trying to be what a cool dad is, you got to understand and you got to kind of let your family know, hey, there's certain trade-offs. Now, was I happy to pay the price? Absolutely. And I'll do it again. But that's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to let you know that there's certain trade-offs that come along with it. And you have to sometimes explain that to your family. But also, at the same time, do not use that as always your number one excuse. Do not always do that. Sometimes you're going to have to bite the bullet and tell the job, hey, I've already dedicated enough time to you. You need to respect this right now. And I got to go spend time with my family. I'll make it up in other ways. I surely will. But I got to handle this because my family comes first of all things. I'm only here to help take care of the family. And I think a couple of things that I'm putting out there too is employers need to start understanding some of these things, man. Employers need to start allowing some of these things going on. Thank God for my job that they understand it, for allowing me to have an extended lunch break. Because if I couldn't have that extended lunch break, I wouldn't have been able to make it. Some jobs don't allow that, but some jobs, hey, come on, allow for it. You know what I mean? Try to make way for that. Employees would thank you. You better believe that I'm thankful that my job allows me to do that. And I am going to pay them back in some ways because they have deposited that equity and they will be able to withdraw it later.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.